Subscribe right now or Skibidi Shrek will eat you. The Skibidi toilet phenomenon has captured the imagination of many, blending humor and horror in a unique way. Imagine this, you're walking through a quiet, dimly lit park late at night. The only sounds are of rustling leaves and the distant hum of traffic. Suddenly, you hear a fake, rhythmic chant, Skibidi dop 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 yes yes. You turn around and there it is, a Skibidi toilet, its head emerging from the bowl, singing and dancing in an oddly mesmerizing way. This bizarre creature, popularized by the videos from the Fook Boom, have been spotted in various unexpected places, from urban alleys to rural fields. People have reported seeing it in their backyards or deserted streets, and even in their dreams. The Skibidi toilet's eerie yet comical presence leave witnesses both amused and unsettled. Number 5. Skibidi toilet at night in neighborhood. The air was thick with the scent of pine and the distant hum of cicadas. John was a middle-aged man with a penchant for late-night walks. Found solace in the quiet streets. Tonight, however, something felt off. The usual comfort of the darkness seemed to be replaced by an unsettling stillness. As John strolled past the old abandoned park, he heard a faint rhythmic chant, Skibidi dop 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 yes yes. He stopped in his tracks, his heart pounding in his chest. The sound was coming from the direction of the public restrooms, a long forgotten place with overgrown weeds. Curiosity, or perhaps a morbid sense of adventure, got the better of him. He pushed through the rusted gate and made his way towards the source of the sounds. The chanting grew louder, more insistent, as he approached the dilapidated building. The door creaked open with a groan, revealing a dimly lit interior. There, in the center of the room, stood a toilet. But this was no ordinary toilet. Its porcelain gleamed unnaturally in the moonlight, and from the bowl emerged a human head, singing and swaying to an eerie tune. The Skibidi toilet, a creature of urban legend, was real. John's breath caught in his throat as he watched the bizarre spectacle. The head turned towards him, its eyes locking onto his. The chanting stopped, replaced by a chilling silence. The creature's mouth twisted into a grotesque smile, and it began to move towards him, its porcelain body scraping against the tiled floor. Panic surged through John. He stumbled backwards, tripping over debris as he tried to escape. The Skibidi toilet song resumed, louder and more frantic, echoing off the walls. Skibidi dum 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 yes yes. John could feel its presence closing in, the air growing colder with each step. Just as he reached the door, a hand grabbed his shoulder. He spun around ready to fight, but he found himself face to face with an old man, his eyes wide with fear. "You saw it too?" the man whispered, his voice trembling. The Skibidi toilet. It comes for those who wander too close. Together, they fled the park, escaping the Skibidi toilet. Number 4. The Graveyard Encounter. The moon cast eerie shadows over the cemetery. As Sarah, a local historian, wandered among the tombstones. The silence was broken by the chant once more. Skibidi dop 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 yes yes. Following the sound, she found herself in an old mausoleum. Inside, a toilet stood in the center, its porcelain gleaming unnaturally. Again, the bowl emerged a human head. The toilet turned its gaze towards her. Panic surged through her as the creature moved closer and its song grew louder. She reached for the door. An old caretaker grabbed her shoulder. She saw it too. They left the graveyard, escaping the rare Skibidi toilet. Number 3. 8. Skibidi toilet at school. It was a typical late evening at my school. I stayed behind to finish some homework in the library. The halls were eerily quiet, and the only sound was the hum of fluorescent lights. As I packed up to leave, I heard a strange chant coming from the library bathroom. Skibidi dop dop dop, yes yes. It echoed down the empty corridor. I went to go check out the sound at the unused restroom at the end of the hall. I creeped open the door, and inside of the toilet, I saw a Skibidi. I fell back and was mesmerized by the toilet. I then reached for my backpack and fired a bullet at the toilet. The toilet was sadly killed. Number 2. The encounter with Speaker Man at the park. It was a cool autumn evening, and I decided to take a walk through the park to clear my mind. It was quiet, but then I heard it. It was the Skibidi toilet chanting to me. Skibidi dop dop dop, yes yes. I followed the sound deep into the park, and the trees grew thicker and the shadows longer. The chanting led me to an old, abandoned bandstand. There, in the center of the stage, stood a figure that sent chills down my spine. It was Speaker Man, and he had a massive speaker emitting the eerie chant that had drawn me in. My heart raced as I watched him sway the rhythm. Suddenly, it stopped, and Speaker Man turned to face me. He locked onto my eyes. The silence was deafening, and I felt a chill run down my spine. He began to move towards me, and his steps were heavy and deliberate. The air grew colder with each step he took, and panic surged through me. And I stumbled backwards, my mind racing for an escape. Just as I reached the edge of the clearing, a park ranger appeared, his face pale with fear. We had both seen the rare Skibidi toilet. Again, they happily escaped the wrath of the Skibidi toilet and were not killed. Number 1, falling in love with Skibidi toilet. Steve, a boy from the local school, was walking through his halls alone at night. But he encountered a Skibidi toilet at the end of the hall. The Skibidi toilet then said, "Hey baby, would you like to go on a date with me?" And then they went to go get dinner. The boy found himself in love with the Skibidi toilet, and then they ate dinner together. After this, the Skibidi toilet married the boy, and the boy was never seen again. He was probably eaten by the Skibidi toilet. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support. Make sure to like and subscribe, or I will never post another video on Skibidi toilet again. You'll see a spider in your room. Good night.